right, now what?
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, Rico. Thank you.
What's nice?
That zip up.
Thank you. The Barstool Classic.
Oh, that looks nice. That's nice,
nice.
huh?
Thank you.
We just saw the, having been here 3 years now and watched a lot of famous people come in here, we just saw the two biggest, y'all just missed it, you guys that walked in right at showtime because you don't really care. The two biggest entourages I've ever seen in this office.
We didn't miss it. It was Amanda Serrano.
Correct. Yeah. It's the two fighters.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. You walked through it? Did you see the entourages that were out here?
Well, I saw she had a crew, yeah.
Who's the other one? Katie something? Katie
Taylor. Katie Taylor.
Katie
yeah.
Taylor had 9 people with her. Serrano had about 6 people with her.
You also got to think, like, you got at least, 3-4 people in your corner.
Yeah, no, but they
You
have.
got, like, your manager.
I'm not disparaging the girl.
I'm just saying boxers, I feel like boxers roll deep usually.
They do roll deep.
Just in general.
They roll deep. Katie Taylor was rolling deep. And she was just standing out here, and she, if you were just walking by and you said pick out the world champion boxer, you wouldn't pick her. She doesn't strike a big
That's
figure.
fair.
But boy, she apparently TJ said she's the baddest motherfucker.
Her and Sir, they're like the two best female fighters. That's what this is this is pretty historic.
They're headlining MSG this
It's pretty
Saturday.
much the two best women fighters in the world, probably boxers at least.
Now, Rico, you don't think
She don't know Molly.
You don't think women should do
Molly Meatball.
big things?
She's not a boxer.
I know. I was waiting for the.
I think she's going to be in today.
Nobody fucks with Molly.
Molly Meatball's going to come?
I think so.
We're going to have all the female fighters here today?
Yeah, Molly. I think is going to be in today. I think she's coming on spinning back for this. I think.
Oh, really?
She's in New York for a little bit. Patty's going to be here. I don't know. I don't think today, but I think at some point next week or two.
Okay, we're getting all the fighters in here. Obviously, that fight's this week, and then next weekend is the DAZN fight that Rowan and Big Cat and all those guys are going to do. Yeah.
The 7th.
Yeah. So, lot of exciting things in the fight game. Good for Large, by the way. Large is taking ownership of the boxing. Large,
hell yeah. Agreed, Brandon.
Large is. I don't think when you start having the conversations of funniest people at Barstool, same guys come up. Big Cat, Dave, obviously, Nick, KB. Who's another PFT, but I think Large belongs in that discussion as well. Large is funny as fuck.
I also think Large is probably the most interesting.
Yeah, Large is also
Lived a lot. He's lived he's interesting guy.
Large is also the guy that you go out to dinner and he's going to stand up at the table and run shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm letting him order the apps.
Yeah, he's running shit. Anyway, we have a lot to talk about. We have an NBA discussion today. Stars versus superstars. What I believe we watched last night is a guy go from, and there's Amanda Serrano right there, go from being a star, being a young star, to possibly being a superstar in the league in John Morant. Not only did he help engineer a huge comeback in a must-win game at home, he also just went ahead and dropped one of the all-time playoff dunks just to do it.
I mean,
and then he had the game-winning buzzer beater, which in anybody else's hand is an incredibly difficult shot. In his, he made it look easy as shit.
Fair.
John Morant took a big step forward. John Morant took a big step forward this year, and last night I think he took another one.
Anybody else think the defense unnecessarily gambled on that play?
Of course they did. Of course they did. That's one of the knocks against Minnesota has been they're crazy athletic, they're exciting, but their basketball IQ sometimes lags.
Yeah,
and that's
stay between your man and the ball.
That's a bad
Casey.
It's a low IQ play. Trying to go for that steal 20 feet from the basket, leaving a guy who's probably the best at attacking the basket in the league, nothing to stop him.
Right.
So, yeah, it was bad. But, again, they were down. I don't know what their biggest deficit was, but they were down all night.
Yeah.
John Morant engineers come back or helps engineer to come back again, and they come back and they win the game. And, the Grizzlies, there were 2 teams last night. The number 1 seed in the West, the number 2 seed are they 1 and 2? Yeah, they're 1 and 2.
Yeah, Grizzlies are 2.
The 1 seed and the 2 seed were in trouble. One of them, the Suns, handled business, no problem, and they took control of that series that they hope. And then the Grizzlies, boy, if they lose last night, they're in real danger, and they got this close. But a superstar doesn't let that happen. Seems like John Morant might have taken a step from star to superstar last night.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it all year. I thought it was kind of almost a joke he won the Most Improved award because he was the best rookie. He's been so good the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was almost a slight against him because he was already a star. But I don't even know what you can say. He took over that game, was on the line. They were down double digits the whole game. The T-Wolves controlled it. Thought the T-Wolves really messed up not going back to Karl Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter. You know, he was having such a good game. It's like he barely touched the ball when the game was on the line.
I actually think that's a good step in the direction of that award.
What?
Like I mean, he elevated. He's possibly a superstar.
Yeah.
So he probably is the most improved. We can't just. It's not necessarily just a guy who
Goes from
from crap
Or was hurt.
Yeah, or was hurt or whatever. Like that's a true.
a guy that goes
way
from possibly breaking through to breaking through.
Yeah, it's an interesting way they finally give that award. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
I hate that.
Yeah, I don't know that I can name a most improved player over the last 15 years.
Julius Randle was last year.
But in 5 years, I'll be able to tell you John Morant won the damn thing, and
And the
now I'll
West
probably be
Coast.
able to tell you Julius Randle
Like
won.
he
the
kind of.
There's been a few that you'd like
Could he have won? Should they have an award for
like going backwards.
the other
I guess
way? Because I feel like he could have won it. He could have won back to back, most improved, and then most
progressed.
He could win it again next year.
The
Keep going, bouncing back
to the pack award.
I know, I think like Paul George when he had his big jump, like he won it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you know what? I mean, Julius Randle wouldn't have won it. You know who would have won it this year? Russell Westbrook. Russell
Back
Westbrook.
to the
I
pack.
mean, he could have won regression the last 10 years.
It could be a dynasty right now. So it got me to thinking. Here's a discussion, and we're going to do a discussion early today. We'll get to the actual games. We'll get to Major League Baseball. We'll get to the NFL draft. It got me thinking. NBA stardom, right? It's unlike any other sport because there's only 5 players. They're more visible than any other, and they can rise to a stardom level that other sports struggle to do. Like Mike Trout isn't on a level of stars. Any of these guys I'm
So
about to mention.
basketball is so international too.
It
These
is.
guys are stars everywhere.
Plus, kids love basketball.
So there's a difference between being a star and being a superstar, being one of the brightest lights in the league. I think right now I have a list of 5 no doubt superstars in the league. I have a list of superstars in waiting, and I have 3 question marks. Are they a star or are they a superstar? Are you ready to entertain this notion?
I'm interested. I like this discussion.
It's a good time of the league because this is a transition period.
And I also have 2 superstars who have been demoted from superstardom.
Okay.
All right. The 5 superstars in the league, no doubt superstars. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think I got close, Steph Curry, Chris Paul. You made a face on that one. Turn on the TV and try not to see Chris Paul. Try to not see Chris Paul. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know he's right on the level of those, and he's at the end of it.
Put him in that category that easy, Ev?
I didn't think he was going to be the name that you threw out.
I didn't either. That's maybe why. I'm
My
trying to
thing-
process it. It makes sense. I mean, he's in a million commercials. Likable guy still. Like,
I'm going to argue for Paul just because you look at where he was a few years ago at the end of the Rockets deal when he definitely wasn't on this list. That Thunder team he got traded to was supposed to win 20 games and almost won 50. He goes to the Suns, who are hot in the bubble. They go from barely missing the playoffs to the dang finals in 64-18 this year. Yeah, he may not score 25 a night, but you look at the improvement and the factor he had on those teams, I see the argument.
all right.
And now here's 3 players that could be superstars right now. I just need you to knock them into the superstar. These are 3 players with question marks. Are they superstars right now? Joel Embiid, is he a superstar?
Yes, I think so.
I'm not sure he is. I think he's top-level star and a great player, but something he hasn't. You know what I'm saying?
It's playoff success.
Right. He hasn't
all what it is.
made the jump yet.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also
think a little bit longer of him doing it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Nikola Jokic. Did I say his name right?
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you on that. I know he won the MVP, but,
He's going to win back-to-back MVP.
but the playoff thing.
Right. Is he a superstar?
Him, I think, is even more about just grabbing the general public.
Right.
I think Embiid has done a little more. He's good on Twitter and like that stuff helps your superstardom. We note Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Instantly bring up commercials. I think that stuff is part of it. Jokic, I would say Embiid more than
That's the other fighter
Jokic.
right there.
There's one. All right, never mind. You had. I know you're about to mention one other name. I don't want to jump the gun.
Luka.
That's who I was going to say.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's who I was going to say.
So Luka's a superstar.
I think so.
Yeah.
too.
Without question.
I think
I
so.
think
too.
so.
Okay. All right. So there you go. That's why we're having this discussion. So you would add Luka to the list of KD, LeBron, Giannis, Steph, and Chris Paul. And you will allow me to keep Chris Paul in there?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, those are my three
I have
questions.
my own bias.
I'd have Luka ahead of Chris Paul, I think.
All right, here now I have 4 superstars in waiting. Guys that are going to be superstars. Maybe they are now. I don't know. Maybe at the end of this playoffs they have. So this is one. Jason Tatum
In waiting.
in waiting. He wins the finals this year. You think he gets there?
Yeah.
Finals?
Even if he
Yeah,
gets,
you
even if he
You win
gets him to the
you
finals,
win a
I
finals,
think.
you got it.
I think if he gets him to the finals, he's there.
Ja Morant.
Quick reminder:
Ahead in
Krzyzewski
terms
went
of-
out in the second round with Jason Tatum. So when I say he's losing a step,
Well,
I'm accurate.
Yeah. Ja Morant.
I think he's the kids love him. He's like the guy.
I mean, to get the Grizzlies to the 2 seed too. That's no joke.
Devin Booker.
I feel like he's a star, but superstar is.
He's close.
He's so good.
He's close. He's really close.
Yeah.
I think he belongs in that. Like he's right on the cusp.
He's another guy. And he would need to win it this year. But if he were to win Finals MVP this year, I think he
Oh, yeah.
arrives.
No, he's right there.
Yeah, close,
Right
but not.
there.
He's not in that.
On the Booker
note,
note, he walked off the court last night and he shot before the game and said he was back walking off the court last night. I don't think they'd play him in Game 6, but I think if there is a Game 7, he'd play right now.
Trey Young.
Star, but not superstar, I think.
Well, I think
on
he's
that
got
cusp as
superstar
well.
potential. He's got that Reggie Miller to him. He's got that extra little swagger. He's got that extra, like, he'll walk in the MSG, drop 45, and do the double birds on the way out, metaphorically, of course.
Yeah, but
Got to be more consistent.
do villains become superstars?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
I thought we're still in that phase where like people don't want to upset everybody and
Isaiah Thomas.
nobody wants to play the yeah.
Dennis
That's
Rodman.
back in the day. Now who's a villain? Who's like LeBron is the most unlikable guy in the world, but he's trying to be likable.
I
you know what I'm
disagree
saying?
with that.
Nobody's in.
See, I think that's.
I'm just saying,
that's
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
That's Barstool world.
Yeah. I don't think
Public
LeBron's
loves
unlikable.
him.
Yeah.
Dave hates him. Like Barstool hates
And everybody
him.
pretends they hate him.
I
Everyone,
think a lot of people.
everyone loves him.
LeBron
He does get hate. He
Yes.
does get hate.
He gets hate, but I'm saying like in general, like
I think his hate is amplified being here.
yeah, that agreed.
I think a lot of people with the head on take Dave out of the equation. I think a lot of people with their head on their shoulders are kind of tired of LeBron's act or see through it as well. You don't think so? Like
I don't think it's an act.
I think part of it, people just don't care. Like people don't even like pay attention to it as much. They just like see him on the court.
I don't know how you can't not see the. You know what I mean? Like he's so
Some people just-
self-aware. Like I said, the thing about Jordan, like he wants to be him. It's so obvious with that. He does all the weird social media stuff.
But
like-
Durant's much more of a diva on social media than LeBron.
yeah, but it's not inauthentic. Like Taco Tuesday and all that
See,
shit.
but-
like
see,
it's.
but I don't.
LeBron's passive.
LeBron's
aggressive.
playing an
LeBron's
act.
that
Like he's
passive-
playing a character.
He does that passive aggressive crap too.
That too. Like
Where he'll take shots, but like won't back it up, like all the Kevin Love stuff. Through
See,
the
I think
years.
LeBron's more of a diva. Like KD's just like on Twitter being himself. Like,
Yeah.
like it's more people just being like delete your Twitter and he's like suck my dick. Like, I think that's like almost a superstar wouldn't do that, but he just is like himself.
And the two former superstars that are no longer, James Harden is no longer a superstar.
Definitely
I
not.
think he has played his way out of it. And Russell Westbrook, 3 or 4 years ago, played his way out of being a superstar. He was a superstar there for a while.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh, the MVP or he averaged triple
Yeah.
double.
And I don't know who I'm missing, but that's I think there are 6 bona fide superstars. I think there are 5, but you guys like Luka.
those guys know when it hits. Like when it definitely hit like 5 years ago from 4 or 5 years ago from Melo. Like when it hits, like is that moment like you feel like they're
realize they're no longer
laying
a
in bed and go,
superstar.
fuck, I dropped down on Brand. You know, like your rank, but like truthfully, they
I
know
don't-
they.
I don't know. If you remember, I think the first maybe the first few weeks of Melo being in Portland, he was still trying to be that guy. He was still trying to shoot a lot. He was still trying to, and then you saw him gradually go to a role. Like I think he gradually, over the course of that first year in Portland, realized, all right, I'm not this guy. I'm going to go be this guy, and it worked out a lot better. But in his mind, he probably still thinks he's a big time guy. Like
You're still just like you still got the alpha in you, but your game just
yeah, Carmelo believes he's a superstar right now. I struggle to even remember him being in the league this year, even though I know he was.
Right.
well, the Lakers just were bad.
Well, yeah, but like he's not. He's absolutely not a superstar.
One other name.
He's just. I mean, he's at like the actual end of his road. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess one other name that I guess never quite got the superstar, and he didn't play much this year. But Damian Lillard was close there for.
that was the name that I was waiting.
Yeah,
for
he
you
was
to
close
say.
there for a second.
He's got his own shoe. Like I think
Got him
that's
to the conference
having your own
finals.
shoe is kind of a
yeah,
like
but he's like
superstar.
in no man's land right now.
Well, he's just in Portland. And that's recency.
He could be a star in Portland.
But he was just. I think it's more the recency. He was just hurt this.
I don't think markets matter anymore. We've talked about this a bunch.
Yeah.
Like one of the superstars in fucking Milwaukee.
You gotta win.
You got another guy in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like I think it's so global.
Atlanta's
big,
market.
Okay. The NBA, yeah, it's not
an NBA, not a big
top
basketball town.
5 though.
Not a basketball town, but it is top.
Yeah.
It was more just like in the current culture. Atlanta's just like a hot city. Right?
Yeah, for sure. But it's I just don't think it matters. I think NBA has such a global reach now. It's like
You ever spent much time in Atlanta?
No, but I listen to a lot of Atlanta rap.
Tell you one name that
first time I heard "Welcome to Atlanta," that song fucking slapped.
Atlanta's just like it's just a hot city. It's just like a big.
Well, it's been a hot city.
Money
for
ain't a
years.
thing. Outcast.
Atlanta.
I want to say one name that did not come up was Anthony Davis.
I just need to. Money ain't a thing. Is not Outcast.
No, it's Atlanta.
Okay, all right.
No,
all right.
no. I mean, Outcast.
Comma there.
Money ain't a thing, Outcast.
Yeah,
Right.
different for
You
sure.
speak fast.
Okay, I thought he had a dash, not a comma.
No. Outcast is not money anything.
Sit down. Come sit down. We're not ready for the NFL draft talk yet, but I do want you to be in here when we start the NFL draft talk. It is, of course, NFL draft analyst Stephen Shea.
Senior analyst.
Doesn't matter either way.
Are you senior or
Expected to get
junior right
prop-
now?
We expected to get props.
Where
Where
are
am I
they?
looking? I'm looking in futures, and I didn't.
Yeah, I'm
It
having.
has its own thing. Like NFL draft.
I didn't see it today when I looked. I'm not trying to take shots, but I didn't see it today.
Oh no, I've been looking at them all week.
Yeah. It's on
They have
it's
the-
on
they
the
have their
top if
own-
you go to the
have their-
NFL draft.
their
is
own
its
logo.
All right, fair enough.
tab.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, it's not the easiest to navigate, but there are a lot of really good bets. I'm
By
going
the
to
way,
blog all the bets that I like.
I still don't see it. I just see NFL.
Okay, just Rico, can we not say that we don't see it on the fucking app?
It's literally on the first.
see it.
I mean, it's literally the top.
The right MLB.
Stephen Shea.
right there.
I probably need an
Yes.
update.
Stephen Shea.
On me.
Yes.
You're not just an NFL guy, even though you are the number one NFL guy here. You're one of them. You're also an NBA guy.
Yep.
Do the data bets and all that. Haven't been doing well lately.
Ice cold.
Ice cold. How many superstars are in the NBA right now?
That are
How many superstars are in the NBA? Not stars, superstars.
very few.
I have 5.
Kevin Durant is still a superstar.
Correct.
Kyrie Irving is still a superstar.
No, I don't think Kyrie
Devin
Durant.
Booker is a superstar.
No, he's not. No, see, you
Jason Tatum.
said very few, and now you're naming people. You haven't even.
There's probably 10.
You think Tatum's a superstar already? I think he's a
Absolutely.
star.
I mean, he kind of
He
just
just
did.
swept 2.
He swept a first round series. Fine, whatever. But
Yes, Jason Tatum, absolutely.
Kyrie probably is a superstar now that I think about it. I think Kyrie is maybe not all for basketball reasons, but Kyrie's a superstar.
I mean,
think
Harden
Kyrie-
really still is too.
I think Harden is. I think Harden's played his way out of it.
Harden is not a superstar.
All right, keep going with your superstar list.
All right, so KD, Kyrie,
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, Devin Booker,
Okay.
Giannis,
Yep.
Jokic,
Okay.
absolutely Jokic.
I said okay. I didn't say anything.
Um,
You haven't said LeBron James yet.
LeBron.
Still a couple more.
You haven't said Steph Curry yet.
I'm wavering on Steph right
You're,
now.
what do you? You're what?
Wavering on Steph.
What do you mean you're wavering?
Superstar.
You said Jason
Superstar?
Tatum and fucking
Booker?
You didn't say Steph Curry. You're wavering on?
He's on a team that's so loaded.
It's
that-
Steph Curry.
I know.
Look at Sal's face.
He's like right there. He's like,
No, he's not right there. He's a fucking.
It's all top 3-point shooting.
He might be. He might be like number one.
He might, that's what I'm about to say.
He's
He
1, 2,
might
or
be number
3.
1 out of
that's
all
the star
that group.
first team right now.
Huh?
Yeah, but he's
Star
just
first team right now.
that.
What?
Jordan Poole is very good. I'm
No,
not.
it's Steph Curry.
Jordan Poole got
Yeah,
his own
you have
shoe.
Steph Curry shoes that you have played basketball in, but
No, you're telling.
okay.
Stop.
He's borderline. So 8. Okay.
This is why I'm glad you're here. He's not borderline. Steph Curry's a superstar.
Right now,
Yes.
Steph Curry was drafted in what 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steph Curry's a superstar. This is wild. You gave me Tatum and Booker before Steph Curry?
Yes.
I'm stunned right now.
Right now, though, Devin Booker's obviously hurt, but those guys can take over a game right now.
So can Steph Curry.
Absolutely, but they can be the only guy, and he wins. Can Steph Curry have the game right now where he is the only guy that's doing anything, and they do stuff, and they win the game?
Sure.
I think he can.
Yes.
Sure.
I believe he can.
Oh, Embiid, obviously.
Okay, so
What
let
about Luca?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Let me lay out the list as I had it constructed for this discussion. I said there were 5 surefire superstars: KD, LeBron, Giannis, Steph, Chris Paul. You don't like Chris Paul?
No.
I think he's still a superstar.
He just got shut down by a guy who's like 5'10".
No, he didn't. Last night,
He has been getting abused by Alvarado.
That's fine. Superstars are they go up.
He won games 1 and 3.
All right. So those are the 5 I had. Now, if y'all want to take Chris Paul off because they didn't like Chris Paul either, that's who I'm.
Your list is from
My question.
at least 1, maybe 2 years ago.
And I had question marks. I said
We vetoed Luka into the list as well.
Right.
As a group.
So they put Luka into the list, and then I had my question marks were right on the cusp of star to superstars: Embiid, Jokic, and Luka.
And Morant.
Those are all
No,
superstars.
it's different.
Different.
And then my superstars in waiting were Trae Young, Booker, Tatum, Ja. Tatum's not a superstar yet.
Absolutely, he is.
He's not a bigger star than Ja.
He can score in way more ways.
But I think Steven's looking at it differently. I think it's not. It's
You're looking at it as a player.
It's like your stardom. You're like breaking down like X's and O's of like a player. I think it's big. It's like bigger picture. It's like stardom.
I don't think Jokic
fans like all. Like,
I know Jokic is about to be a 2-time MVP. I know that, but he could walk down the street in New York and not be mobbed. Like I don't think he's a super
on the court stuff.
I'm talking stardom.
saying, like just
You're talking about Cliff Paul. You're talking about he gets some notoriety because he's in some State Farm commercial.
Fame, how much they matter in the world.
stardom.
Okay.
Well,
you should have. I mean, that's totally different.
I think stardom, superstardom is you're a smart enough guy that you should have been able to pick up the context clues.
I mean, okay, that changes everything. So
I can't believe
Paul
you're
gets
saying
a lot bigger.
Tatum's better than Stephen Curry.
I even if it were just
Can't
as a
believe
player,
Steph
I can't
Curry
believe you
had
still
either.
don't have Steph Curry on the list.
I mean, if we're talking endorsements, Steph Curry's all over my TV pushing Subway.
I'm not worried
Oh,
about
him is like just player.
That's why you're the worst person I know because you're either all in on one or all in. It ain't just about endorsements. It's the mix. It's the star. It's the stardom. It's the star power.
Yeah, Steph Curry has his own shoe too. He's carrying Under Armour on his back.
He just doesn't get it, Zah.
That's what you're asking, right? Like, can Steph Curry walk down the street and not get mobbed?
But it's also a combination of their basketball acumen right now.
And the
That
3
would certainly,
titles,
like,
and the
lower
fact he's
Devin
all-time
Booker, right?
three-point
Because
shooter.
he's not as established. You don't think Joel Embiid could walk down the street right now and not get like absolutely swarmed?
Joel Embiid to be a superstar, I think, needs some playoff success. If he loses this series, he's in real trouble.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah. So like
There too.
I think he's recognizable and all that, but I don't know. Like I don't as far as getting on the Giannis level of fame and profile and LeBron and KD. I don't think he's there yet.
I mean, if you're talking about off the court stuff, he's an NBA champion. He's an MVP. Like,
Who are you talking about?
Giannis. Like, if you're talking about all this stuff with like endorsements, like,
Giannis is a
Giannis superstar.
easy
Giannis
superstar.
checks all the
No, but
boxes.
nobody's questioning Giannis.
Giannis is easy.
No one.
I guess I'm confused with how much you're weighing all these like outside endorsements and deals and stuff like that because I'm not seeing him on TV.
Giannis.
Obviously on TV during the games, but like commercials.
I think he's also become like a social media darling as well.
That's true. The blowjob bell.
What?
That's part. He just has like a lot of good quotes, like the nugget, like the
Freaking
way
sheets.
the Chick-fil-A after the finals, and just kind of like his.
Yeah.
He gives a lot of good quotes.
I don't know if I even want to discuss NFL draft with you now. This whole Steph Curry thing is just.
He got demoted.
Well, he's been demoted multiple times. All right, you ready to talk NFL draft?
Yeah. On the court, right? Can we talk on the court who you think is a superstar and who's not? All this other stuff, forget about
You're
it.
just saying who's better, who's worse.
Who is a guy, when I think about superstar, what I'm thinking of, this guy has a crazy game, and no matter how shitty his team plays, they're winning.
The biggest stars of the 90s were Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley,
Tony Delk.
okay, can y'all I was going off on a good tangent and then everybody started
Stop pausing and leaving the opportunity open.
to say Tony Delk.
Who else?
It's a mixture, Charles Barkley was hosting Saturday Night Live. He was also an MVP. Like there was a mixture of his basketball stardom. He was the leading scorer on the Dream Team. Like he was a great player, and it was also culturally significant. The superstardom. I don't know why this is such a hard concept for you to grasp.
Okay, so 5 years ago, Kevin Love is a superstar for you.
I don't know that Kevin Love ever rose to superstar status.
Was he the leading scorer on that Dream Team, or was he second behind KD? Olympic gold medal. He's
You're so literal. Everything I said about Charles Barkley doesn't just apply to every other person that's ever led the Olympic.
Oh no, but I think Love was up
budget.
there.
You're so literal. It doesn't mean every single player that ever led the Olympics in scoring is also a superstar. I mean,
just bending these rules to make your point.
they're not rules.
They're loose rules.
They're not rules.
You literally just set the parameters.
I was
Like, this
giving
is
reasons
why.
Charles Barkley was a superstar.
All those reasons pertain to Kevin Love 5 or 6 years ago.
No, they don't. Kevin Love wasn't hosting Saturday Night Live 5 years ago.
He's number 3 on that team too.
What do you mean? Then he.
This guy.
I think Chinstrap Kevin Love was like a star in waiting.
He was on Entourage.
Never got there.
He was close.
He was on
He was
Entourage.
close. He was star. He was a star, probably not.
Might have a
superstar.
point. I think I'm going Team Che on this one.
Yeah, he definitely had a ton of endorsements.
When he was on the
Probably.
Timberwolves, he was putting up crazy numbers.
Yeah, best power forward.
Like
in the league.
like thick Kevin Love was close to a superstar.
DJ, can you pull up that clip of him on Entourage?
No, he can't. He cannot.
Had a game-winning 3 on Blake Griffin, who was like arguably the number 1 power forward at the time. He turns around, gives the this to the crowd. I don't know. I think you're sleeping on what was that 2012, 2013 Kevin Love
Yeah.
Seen any other pop
Cavs.
cultures?
dropping 31 boards on the Knicks on a Friday
Yeah.
night.
Did he do Fallon? See if he did Fallon. Got two guys screaming at each other. You need somebody to be a mediator.
No, I'm glad he came. This is
Yeah,
a
fair
great
enough.
discussion. I enjoy the back and forth.
Sure, yeah, we're pals.
We're pals. You frustrate me to no end with this because you don't. Big Cat's right. You don't take damage. You don't take damage in an argument. You just sit there like that with that face, and you just talk your way through it. He does not take damage in an argument, and he should. Like that Steph Curry thing was embarrassing and awful, and he should never have said it.
I mean,
But he
Steph
just
Curry
does.
was like I was debating in my head, like
Steph Curry's a superstar.
on the court right now, it's debatable.
It's not.
What did he do this year to like fall off? I'm
Got
just.
a little banged up. I see. He's saying he didn't start.
But he's the best shooter in the
Starting
league.
right now. He's healthy.
He broke the fucking.
I mean, but he was out the last month of the season, and
broke the record this year.
they were playing.
They
a
didn't
team
wanna
that they don't
fuck up
need
the
him to
lineup.
start.
Jordan, until last game, you could probably say Jordan Poole is playing better than him.
That's very recency bias, but
I mean, he just had like a good Poole's
Can I
he's been playing great.
Can I
but
just his last 3 games. Steph Curry, April 18th against Denver, 34 points on 12 of 17 shooting. April 21st, 27 points on 9 of 17 shooting. Last night,
too.
last time it was 2 nights ago, 33 points on 10 of 23 shooting. Like what do you want? He had 33 points and 8 assists the last time they played. He's averaging 31 points the last 3 games. He wasn't great in game 1.
Mhm.
See, doesn't take damage.
Nope.
Doesn't take damage.
I'm saying I was debating.
It's the
if he was
opposite
right
of
now.
you. You take nothing but damage when you get worked up.
No, I got a lot of damage.
you take nothing but damage. He's the opposite. If you guys could combine, you would be hell on wheels.
We are
Steven Che's the
friends.
Terminator.
Yeah, he's the Terminator,
Just
and
walking through it.
yeah, and you're just like the man in the gasoline suit, just on fire, walking through a battle.
You see my scars, yeah.
You see, he's got nothing but battle scars. You have no marks on you whatsoever.
Unchinked armor.
Teflon Don.
Easy there.
Relax.
That was I didn't.
Yeah, no, we know.
We're
He
doing
said
that
on.
to me?
He said on. He
You're
said
doing
on.
that to me.
NFL draft.
Yeah.
Who's the number 1 pick?
I can't believe it. It seems like it's Trayvon Walker, which is outrageous. So the rumors circulating right now are that the GM Trent Baalke loves Trayvon Walker. Got 6 sacks.
And
last
I
year.
think it's fair to say embattled GM Trent Baalke in
Yeah, I mean-
Jacksonville.
Yes,
The fans hate him.
he stinks.
Right. And
They had how many tackles last year?
it's 6 sacks.
Sacks.
6
on a
sacks,
team that
7
had how
tackles,
many
losses.
how many guys too?
Yeah,
He
they're
never
gonna have
got
like
any
5 or 6
doubles.
first rounders.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I mean, measurables. He's everything you want. When you pick on a defensive tackle a defensive end edge rusher first overall, you're gonna want him to check all the boxes as far as
Right.
like traits wise and like physically, what does he look like? And he does that. But on the field, he's just not ready. Like, he's not Myles Garrett. He's not one of these guys who's gonna come in and dominate from day one. He's not that good of a player right now. His numbers dictate that. And I am a traits over productions guy. But you have to have some production. And
Okay, so what keeps Aiden Hutchinson from being the number 1 pick? He leans too heavily towards production, and his traits aren't there.
his traits are fine. His major knock is his arms are short. Yeah, 30. I think he's like 32.
that again?
I've been studying up. You get the T-Rex on.
He's-
I've been studying. I know that.
that makes a big difference, and it's like, all right, what is 2 or 3 inches? But like when you're literally like think about it like jousting, like if you have
Leverage.
a pole that's
Against
shorter
men
than
that
the
are
other
6'8",
person, then you're fine.
300. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think Aiden Hutchinson's gonna be really good. He's my best player in the draft. I think this draft is a very weak draft and a very watered down draft. There's no guy at the top where you're like, oh, we got to get that guy.
Aiden Hutchinson's the best player in the draft to you.
To me, yeah. It's a watered down draft.
I think, and this is if we're going like position free, don't worry about position, just best player. I think Kyle Hamilton's pretty fucking good. What do you think about that?
He's a tall player.
He is.
Yeah, I mean he's 6'4" safety. He didn't run well. Ran a 4.59. If you're picking, the positional thing is tough because if you're picking a safety like Derwin James went like 17 or 18, you want a guy like that. And Kyle Hamilton is physically, he kind of reminds me of like Taylor Mays from UFC back in the day, but he's not. He's a very clean prospect, and I have him in my top 10 for sure. But like, how high are you taking a safety?
All right. Well, no, I said position free, so I wasn't worried about that. I was just
Right.
worried best player.
Sure.
Looking back at this draft. Okay, now Derek Stingley is somebody who, for some reason, is really moving up late. It seems like on the mocks. Whether that's bullshit season or real season, I don't know. Stingley or Sauce Gardner?
I like Sauce Gardner better. He's just cleaner. Like physically, he's what you want. 6'3", 190 pounds. He's got like 33-inch arms. Incredible. He ran a 4.41. Allowed 0 touchdowns in coverage his entire career. He only got 11% of targets last year. He shuts down the side of the field. He's a good character guy. Doesn't smoke. Doesn't drink. Like all ball. That's what you want. Derek Stingley, great in 2019. But the old adage is football players play football. Where's he been the last 2 years?
So this is I hate Stingley as a prospect. He was very good as a freshman, and then he rode that reputation the rest of his time at LSU.
There was some weird stuff with him before that state game.
And I know he had injuries that kept him out, but he wasn't good on the field the last 2 years. LSU like to brag that they had the number 1 and 2 corners or something. They had Eli Ricks, who's not going to be in Alabama this year, and they had Stingley, and they love to brag about it. We got the best cornerbacks in the country. They literally had the worst ranked pass defense in America 2 years ago, and it wasn't much better last year. Yeah. Stingley sucked. He sucked.
Yeah, the fact that he would go over Sauce Gardner, the fact that he's the favorite right now to land at
number 3
to the Texans is pretty wild.
Wait, Stingley is?
Stingley is
now?
the favorite to go 3.
I knew he was moving up, but I mean, Jesus.
He's got all the boxes. I guess the scout, the measurable trait stuff.
But Sauce is like,
and you take it. I think he played like 3 games this year. He had like a Liz Frank injury in like August, so it's like, all right, do we throw this whole year out? Like
in 5 years, is there a Pro Bowl quarterback who was drafted in 2022?
I feel like the Pro Bowl is easier to make for quarterbacks.
I'm take it however you want to take it. In 5 years, is there a Pro Bowl quarterback for the 2022 draft?
I think Malik Willis could be really good, but like it depends like what system he gets into. Like apparently Pittsburgh loves him and is trying to move up for him. They pick a 20. Is he gonna be around there? Like
I don't look at Pittsburgh's system and think that's gonna be.
I don't trust Matt Canada. I don't trust
Bowl.
Matt Canada as far as I could throw him as an OC.
I don't know if that's
trash.
I guess my mind about Pittsburgh is colored by Ben Roethlisberger over the last 20 years. Just being back there and being what he was. So how do I picture a young athletic guy in that mix? It's really hard.
I think they're going to do a lot of like RPO stuff with Mitch and Najee Harris, and I think that's going to be the way that they're going. I don't think they're going to operate like a.
Well, that would be an exciting development for Pittsburgh because their offense has been hard to watch for 5 years because he's just been.
Ben's been too far past.
Their O-line's been horrendous the last few years too.
Yeah,
it's like watching the difference of old Rivers in I'd still say San Diego, but with the Chargers, and then when they switched to Herbert, and then you say, "Oh my God, that's an actual quarterback now," instead of just somebody back there, a statue throwing 6 yards down the field. Can I tell you the player that fascinates me the most, who's not going to be a first-round pick?
Sure.
Can I ask you which player fascinates you the most, who will not be a first-round pick?
Who fascinates me the most?
Yeah.
I like Jalen Petrie for the safety out of Baylor.
Okay.
Who's yours?
George Pickens.
Okay. He could sneak in the back half of the first round.
Checks every box physically, as far as if you were creating an NFL receiver, he's tall, he's physical, he's everything. He never quite got the production, but that Georgia offense is, even when it's going good, it's not great for a
Right. He
receiver.
came back a little bit early from the surgery, so you wonder, like, some teams could have, like, medical red flagged him. And
But isn't that a ball guy? Isn't that somebody you want?
Certainly. I mean, yeah, he's playing the national championship game. That's what you want to see. But yeah, like, you have to remove that and be like, okay, like for our team, playing in a couple months, is he going to be okay? He had some character things. He also got in a couple fights during games. Like, do you wonder, can he control that? But yeah, I mean, he came in as a freshman and was like incredible.
So I think what's going to happen is a team that knows what they're doing, a team like the Packers is going to not pick a receiver in the first round, and people are going to freak the fuck out. They're going to freak out. And they're not getting weapons. They're going to come back and somehow land Pickens in the second round. He's going to be a Pro Bowler in 2 years.
Yeah, I could see that.
You just think I don't think he's going to be there like 50s, like when they pick in the second round.
There's movement. There's movement up. If they're like 50, they can move up to 35. They can figure it out a way.
No, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's
they
like the
I
Broncos
just feel
did
like they
last year.
pick so late that it's like if he's there at like 28 and you love him.
I still think you figure out a way to do that. Okay. I see.
I'm saying like they
have
have 22 and 28. It's like if he's there at 28, you love him that much. Like just take him.
I see what you're saying. And I only use Packers as a reference because
Sure.
they would be a team if they don't pick a first round receiver. I think people are going to freak out.
Yeah, definitely. Chiefs too. Chiefs for 29.
Saints
30.
too. Saints are the two picks. People will freak out, but they wait. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they took one second.
That's crazy. What do you guys think about that? So this never happens. When on the draft, if you're making a trade on draft day, right? You want to wait to see if there's a guy that you like, and then you go up and trade for him. The Saints, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, traded up. They traded next year's first and one of their first this year to go up to get to move up to 16 and 19. So I mean they flip-flop down one, whatever.
Right.
So now they have 2 picks in the top 20. They have to be going after a quarterback, right? But then they signed Jameis and Andy
I mean,
Dalton.
you've made that decision on all your mock drafts, but I don't think they have to be going.
I don't think so
quarterback.
either.
Why are you doing that? What if there's a unless you love like
To get
10
weapons,
players,
to get weapons, to stockpile. I don't 100% know, but I don't think in this draft particularly that's a sign of going up and getting a guy.
But then why would you? It just doesn't make sense that they would do that before that. Whatever that 16th pick is on the clock.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? You don't know who's there.
Yeah, I just think that like the whole Loomis era has been why worry about anything later when you can do it now, and all they do is mortgage
That's not
everything for the president with salary cap and trading picks, and they've never moved back to stockpile picks once. It's just that's how they operate. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's what I think it is.
And then everyone else is saying it's okay. Like we beat Tampa 4 times in the regular season. Let's just load up and maybe we'll win a division again. It's like okay.
Okay.
So
Well, it's
what?
obviously personal with you if you're mentioning Tampa.
It's just like from a team building perspective. Hey, I hope that I hope you guys draft Trevor Penning or whoever you want.
I just think that you got a lot of guys in the back end of their prime, like Cam Jordan and Demario Davis, and they're just not in rebuilding mode, and so they're trying to win now. I think.
All right. Last question. I'll let you go. What's the biggest storyline of the draft tomorrow night? And speaking of, before he answers that question, he thinks about it. Tomorrow night, the Barstool NFL Draft Show, live 8 p.m. until the first round ends. I'll be in the host chair. I'll be flanked by Stephen Shea, the draft analyst. I'll be flanked by Roan, the facts guy. We'll have a cavalcade of characters. Dave will be checking in. Big Cat will be checking in.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
some of
I'm a big
those
fan.
guests coming on too.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling it, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely some interesting dudes coming in.
Over the last few years, we've gotten guys like Dana White. We've gotten Chris DiStefano. We've gotten a lot of great
RIP.
guys. Bob Saget, rest in peace. We've had a lot of great guests, and that will continue tomorrow night. We had Chris Jericho a couple years ago from the
Oh
wrestling
wow,
world.
I didn't see that.
Me and Stephen Shea actually got to follow up because his internet went out. Chris Jericho's internet went out, so his people contacted us and said, "Hey, we liked it. Can we do a longer show?" And me and Stephen Shea just did a. That was weird.
So
I got the
this
one
is
on-
actually one of my favorite moments that I've seen you have because this was before Brandon had wrestling and you
Right,
were
yeah,
still
yeah.
you were a big guy but you're still
Right.
like up and coming I guess. And we're on with this taped interview before that's gonna air. I don't even know where. Like I think we put it on the blog.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho, and we're on before, and he's like, "Can you believe this? Like, we're gonna interview Chris Jericho, one of my favorite wrestlers ever. It's amazing."
The
Yes,
Ayatollah of rock and roll.
Yeah,
And he was awesome. He was fucking awesome.
he was a really cool guy.
Which
the biggest
wide
story?
receiver do you trust more? Sorry, out of
That's a
Ohio,
good question.
Out of Ohio State, Wilson or Olave? Or are they second and third? Like what
Wilson,
are What are the medals of receivers, gold, silver, and bronze in the first round?
Love it.
I'm hearing a lot of buzz about Drake London going to the top 10, which is interesting. He's kind of like a Mike Evans as far as like body type. The knock on him, which is a major red flag for me, it's like he doesn't generate a lot of separation. And when I think about that, I'm like, okay, like Laquan Treadwell, another big guy, and a lot of big guys throughout the draft. Like, yeah, whenever they come in, if you can't separate, that's like the number one thing. He's a freak athlete. He won like dunk contests and stuff like that in high school. Was recruited to college for basketball. Like, he is a very good athlete, but like if you can't separate, like
some would say that's the biggest indicator of athletic success.
But what I think is going to be interesting is because, if we turn the clock back a year ago, it's 3 Ohio State receivers. Like, Jamison Williams was at Ohio State, and he could go before those guys, which is crazy to me. A, he has the injury, but B, like, the Ohio State coaches saw this guy every day. Like, are they not seeing what we're all like?
I mean, they had some pretty good fucking options ahead of him.
Yeah.
I just think they were more like, he definitely has like the deep threat. I just think they're like Wilson and Olave are just more like polished, like route runners and like that kind of thing. Like,
I mean, if you're going for like, if you literally take the draft out of it, you have all these guys. You're gonna play the best guys. Why would you not play the best guy? So, I think it would be crazy if Jamison Williams went over Wilson and Olave.
I think that's very possible, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Wilson is the best of that bunch.
Do you like Treylon Burks?
I do a lot. Wide receivers were number 16 though.
Is that a red flag?
Just doesn't look good. But he does a lot of stuff. He can run it. He big body, big target, super strong. He didn't run a good 40, but like on the field he doesn't get caught from behind.
All right, you want to stop in tomorrow and do it again? Some more draft questions to get ready for the show?
Yeah, there's one. So I'm putting out an NFL draft prop bet today. I just go over a couple of these really quickly.
Yeah.
These are in the Barstool Sports book. A little bit difficult to find. I will have links to these in the blog. Nakobe Dean, linebacker from Georgia, very good player. I don't think he's going to go in the first round.
Okay.
You think there's character flags? What do you think it is?
No, he's just
body,
small.
right?
oh yeah,
Smaller, he's slow.
I've heard Van Pelt. We've obviously been big on him. Van Pelt's been big on him. Like, just give me guys who could play. He was talking about last night. Like, give me guys who could play.
Again, yeah.
I don't think it's fair he's not going in the first round, but that's
probably position as well. Just like
off the ball linebacker is a little bit. Darius Leonard was a second round pick. Like, you can get these guys a little bit later. He's just small. He's 5'11", 229. He didn't run at the combine. Like, he's not expected to be a good hand time speed guy. Quay Walker, who's a linebacker from Georgia, is going to go above him.
Oh, you got that bet up last night.
Which
At
is
like
interesting.
1:30 a.m.
Somebody just DM'd me once. Said Christian Watson, North Dakota State, his over under is 39.5, and he believes he's going to go way before that.
He might. I mean, it's the second tier of receivers once we get up those big three guys is going to be interesting because we could see Christian.
So your
Watson.
big three is Jameson Williams and the 2 Ohio State guys?
Yeah.
He said Drake London too.
And not
Drake London, sorry, the big four.
And Burks would be right after them.
He'd be the next tier. Yeah, he's projected to go like in the 20s.
All right, get the fuck out.
Takes one team to fall in love. But wait, the bet. Quay Walker, linebacker from Georgia, to be the first linebacker taken is plus 600 right now. I don't know how long that's going to be there. I would take advantage of that while you can.
Is Steph Curry a superstar?
Your definition of superstar is so different. I'll put him in that group on the court play. Are you taking Steph Curry or Devin Booker right now, assuming everyone's healthy?
Probably.
I'm not.
I would.
All right, thank you.
All right, see you tomorrow.
We're doing a Twitter Spaces 5 tomorrow, right?
Let me get the fuck out.
Yes.
5 o'clock. Shay and I Twitter
Yes.
Spaces. Previewing the draft. It'll be fun.
It's a good guy there, Stephen Shea. Family man. Very very responsible when he masturbates. I talk about whatever on the show.
2 showers a day makes so much more sense.
Get the fuck out. Cuts Clothing. Ben Mintz, tell us about it.
I'll tell you all about Cuts Clothing. Because Cuts Clothing has spent years perfecting men's T-shirts, taking look good, feel good to a whole new level. Right out of college, Cuts founder and CEO Stephen Borelli got a job at an agency with a casual dress code. But his first week, he was told his shirt was too athleisure-y. He searched all over for presentable and stylish tee, but he could not find any that fit the bill. So he decided to take matters into his own hands and solve the problems himself, designing a premium T-shirt that could be worn anywhere on or off the clock. Quality, these shirts are made to last. Ditch the fast fashion brands and invest in Cuts. They have tons of great colors and styles. Crew necks, Henleys, long sleeves, there's something for everybody. Refresh your wardrobe in time for summer with Cuts. See for yourself why Cuts is one of the fastest growing men's brand with over 1 million shirts sold. And right now, you can get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's CUTSclothing.com/picks with Cuts Clothing.
I got concerned yesterday because I have a new friend here at Barstool. His name is Jerry. He and I are great friends now. I got concerned yesterday that he might be on the cusp of a Big Ev moment when Big Ev got kicked out of the casino and got a lot of heat for it. Big Ev being a good guy and everything, but, it was 2 or 3 years ago now. 3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, probably 3 summers ago, yeah.
Yeah, because I hadn't even moved here yet.
Is that how long ago it was? It feels longer.
Yeah. It was my last friend's bachelor party.
I'll see Jersey Jerry throw the putter in the water last night.
I did not see it.
I thought it was fucking
Do
funny.
you watch anything that doesn't involve you?
No, I have notifications. I don't have a notification. I'll put notification on Jerry. I've got notifications on.
I wouldn't put notifications on Jerry.
I've got it on a. But after you said that, I put it up on you. And
I got notifications on a few people on this
Yeah,
call.
I bet you do. It's all your enemies.
After you called me out on that,
No, it's
I
more.
I got it up on you.
It's more just if you know.
Right. You just want to see what Dave and Dan are saying about you.
Somebody's gonna get bombed. If you're gonna
Right,
get bombed.
correct,
If the country's gonna get bombed. You got to evacuate.
Yeah. So I don't know. Jerry was down in Panama City and he got kicked out of a mini golf place because he threw his putter in the water.
That strikes me as pretty aggressive in putt-putt.
I love how he's like, look at the fish. They're anemic.
Right.
I fed the fish. Like he really is very.
Iron deficient.
Yeah, he's very quick-witted. So.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy. He's an entertaining guy.
Dunking the putter and mini golf.
I will say, if you actually, I
aggressive.
watched like the little part of the video. If you watch the lead up to it, it makes it a lot funnier. Because what happens is, he was playing head to head with a fan.
Just mad that he's getting beat? Or?
So this is how it makes. If you watch the sequence a minute before, it makes it 10 times funnier. He makes this they're tied or something. Or he's down 1, and he makes the shot where it's off a bank and he gets right close. So he taps in for 2, and he's fired up at the 2. Yeah. The kid just buries a hole in 1, and then the next hole, it's he misses the cheapie and he just throws it.
Yeah.
We should set up some kind of Olympic type thing.
All right, this is
This a ton of us go play mini
It's
golf.
it's a hole or 2 after this.
So that's the big one that he makes.
You'll see that it's a bank. He makes a 2 and he's fired up about it.
Yeah.
Big putt here.
This is the 2. This is
biggest
the
putt
2
of
he
the
makes, and he's fired. He's excited.
It's a big putt.
And the kid just buries a hole in 1 in his mouth.
That's a fucking huge fucking
That's all
putt.
heart.
That's
That's
a
a
big
huge
heart.
putt.
Watch this fucking kid.
That's a big pond.
Watch this motherfucker in sandals.
knocks us down.
Watch this motherfucker. Just
Oh, that's
watch
sweet.
this. Oh man.
Away.
Right at the hole.
Oh, it's pure. Oh,
Fuck out of here.
and that
In
led
his grill.
that led to Jerry missing the
And the next hole,
putter
Jerry imploded. He just imploded.
through his putter.
Just
into
mentally couldn't. He just
Melted.
fired up about the 2. Then he gets a 4.
All right. I think it's after this putt, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Just.
Also, him talking to the lady immediately after him just being he's I'm sorry, I lost my temper. I lost my temper.
Like when they're talking later, and he's like, Jerry's like, it doesn't count. It's a disqualification. You're the one that threw the club.
Because we got kicked out.
All right, that's
A DQ.
that's Jerry.
A no contest.
He's got that it. He makes things entertaining. Anyway, we have basketball tonight. We have 2 games that, as far as interesting, I don't know how high on the scale they are compared to last night when you had 2-2-2 series and you had the Suns taking control at home. You had the Grizzlies with that incredible game. But tonight you've got the Bulls and the Bucks, and you've got the Warriors and the Nuggets, 2 possible closeout spots.
Sixers should be playing tonight.
Oh, it's
I
not
agree.
tonight. I thought it was
I
tonight.
agree. The Sixers should be playing tonight. I guess you can't foresee which series are going to matter, and which series are going to have intrigue, and which series are not. But the fact that we have the two most boring series left tonight and nothing else is. But they always love making Thursday night important.
Well, but then
Thursday
the
night's one of
NFL,
their
but then
nights.
the NFL draft tomorrow.
Well, that's true.
Then the Pelicans Suns game is actually early tomorrow during the heart of the draft, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Did we talk about the NFL just fucking the NBA on Christmas Day?
I like it.
I mean,
I like it.
What was crazy when you first really started to see it, Brandon, you'll probably remember, Mincy, you'll remember this too. When remember when the NFL used to give courtesy to Major League Baseball and be like, okay, no, you would look at the Sunday night schedule on like those bar advertisements, right? And it would say like week 8, no game. You'd be like, why no game? And you go, oh, World Series. They then realized, no, we're the bad boy on the block. Fuck you, baseball, and made baseball go basically say, just don't schedule it on Sunday because of the NFL. It was crazy how it flipped. That's when I first saw the tide, like, oh, man, the NFL is.
Does this concern you for the future? What if the NFL eventually just says, you know what? Those fall Saturdays look pretty fucking good.
I don't see that.
Shit.
Saturday night is a horrifically dead night on TV. I don't know if the NFL wants that market.
If the NFL wanted to make it an important night, I bet they could. If there's any,
definitely they can make Tuesday afternoon important.
Did y'all see?
There's no doubt of that.
They need to make it triple header or start earlier Sunday instead of having it all 1 and 4. Like have like a.
I said they should stagger the whole
30.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I really do. I said
That's what they need to
115,
I
125.
don't know. I think NFL Sunday right now as constituted is about as perfect to a sports day as you can get.
Yeah, they want that witching hour. And
Right.
all
I mean,
those.
they pretty much you got that.
But you know what sucks though is I say it all the time, like the 4 o'clocks on Sunday. Yeah, you get the America's game of the week, but I'm so sick and tired of watching the Chiefs, Broncos,
Oh man.
and Vegas against the Chargers. It's the same 4 teams. The 49ers.
Well, I'll throw the Cowboys in there. I think.
No, I know you get the America's game, but it's mostly the same West Coast
Right,
mediocrity
Chargers.
I've seen.
But I don't know. I think the NFL Sunday is so timed well. 1 o'clock's a decent starting time, and then you have that just rush of between 3 and 4 o'clock.
It's an hour.
And then when you come off that rush, you have about an hour. The first halves of the second game, and then you realize that like 5:30 or 6. Oh fuck! I got the fucking Steelers and the Cowboys playing in the dark. It's a 1-touchdown game. Like what a. Then you have another little lull. You watch the highlights. Watch Mike Tirico give you the highlights, and bam, you're ready for the big one.
I just wish they had a few less 1 o'clock games and a few more 4 o'clock games. I hate when they do 3 games at 4.
Yeah,
All right.
and when most of them suck. So it's like.
Let's do picks.
Sure.
Rico, you're.
Yeah, you jinxed me. I gave it back
I
to
didn't
Megan.
jinx you. You still got the. You got
I know. Yeah, just
plenty
having.
of time. You got plenty of time.
I knew the Padres were going to smash last night too, and I got cute and gave out those Ks as far as the best bet. Wasn't good. I'm going to go with the Mariners. Mariners been a good team I believe they're a small dog. I'll go with the Mariners money line. Padres -1.5. I do think they smashed the Reds. Reds are defenseless. Cubs Braves over 8. I know overs in baseball not a great idea. And I'll go with the Warriors Nuggets over 225.5. I think the Warriors also smash, if that makes sense.
Big Av.
All right, I'm taking the Mets, so I know the Cardinals are going to win today. I'm on the Mets early. I'm on
off the Cardinals, huh?
This is how I'm chasing the series around like a dog chases its tail. I don't know what's going on. I'm taking the Mets, whatever. They're hot. I'm taking the Royals as well. I think them as big dogs. The White Sox can't get out of their own way right now, so I just think that's way too high of a number. And I think in a closeout game back since I think the Nuggets are at least able to keep it a little bit close. I don't think they win, but I'll take the 9 points.
Ben Mintz.
I suck again. I'll take Golden State to close it out. And I'll take the Bucks. I thought the 76ers Raptors was tonight, so I turned that in as my third one. That's not till tomorrow. I'll post the third pick soon.
That's how locked in he is.
Hey, but it is 2 years no alcohol today, so I'm pumped.
Congratulations,
Huge deal.
brother. That's a huge deal. I also have the Mets money line. Listen, this is a good ass team,
They are. They really are.
and they're facing Steven Matz today. Like
That's for me what it was. The
So
revenge
people are
game.
hitting 328 against him this year.
Yeah.
It's also the revenge game. Like Cohen was pissed. They basically, I think Matt's agent gave his word, and then they went the other way. The Cardinals also Carrasco's pitching for the Mets, who's been great in his first 2 starts.
I like the Bulls Bucks under 218 and closeout spot. They've got a superstar in Steph Curry. Can you believe that shit?
I was shocked.
Nah, that was
that
wild.
was stunning.
That was an outrage.
That's like, and there's no budge of like being like, Steve, really? And he just wouldn't. He's like, well, production.
He gave me Tatum and Booker before Steph.
He was talking like just like on the court. That's why
Kyrie. He said Kyrie over Steph. He said Kyrie was still.
I mean, if you told me to like,
why? You know why? He's anti-vax.
If there's anybody I know that's not anti-vax, it's Stephen Shea. That motherfucker, when the vaccine available, he
had a mask every
he was
day.
showing up in a hazmat suit.
Camped out in his car for 12 hours at a mall in Jersey to go get it. That's a real thing.
He was also taking like 4 tests a day.
Yeah.
He hates Joe Biden.
Let's go, Brandon. Mets money line, Bulls Bucks under, and the Warriors -9 in the closeout spot. So there you go. There's our picks. Do we have anybody? You know, Marty's on Barstool versus America, so he's probably not getting picks in right now. Is that accurate, TJ?
No, probably not.
Okay, never mind. It's not. He's got the 2 big favorites. He likes the Cardinals to beat the Mets, and then Yankees -2.5 +130. Boy, if I'm betting 2.5 runs, I need more than +130 on that.
Yeah, I know.
They must.
They are.
The home team too is tough when you're laying over 1.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't get the
You get the last at bat.
All right, so
you got like 30 seconds.
Yeah, you want to do something?
Yeah, I'm out the rest of the week, but we got the doctor tomorrow. I got something Friday. I got a very important blog coming out. We're raising money for a charity.
Awesome.
Coming out pretty soon. So
you focused on that this afternoon?
It'll be in about 15, 20 minutes.
Let's all help Rico.
What's the charity?
If
you want to save for the blog?
Yeah, well, you know what? I've never really said it. I mean, a ton of people know through their own ways.
Hey, do this if you want to. You gonna do it?
Oh, it's in the blog. So
all right, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'll be supporting it.
It'll be in the blog.
You support it.
No, say it now.
Yeah, we lost a fireman. I served in the fire department, which I'm sure a ton of people know. Good kid, refed him in men's leagues. Know a bunch of his buddies. Tough spot for a kid in Rockaway. So we got a shirt coming out like we always do. Dave, Dan, Erica, all behind it. Buy it if you can.
Yeah, please help that out. All right, that is Pick Central, and the Yak is up next.